Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use multiple NVENC streams on one graphics card. Um, Sorry it's late and I've just decided to record this, but anyways, I recently got Oculus Link. This works great. I love it. I built a whole computer just for it. Anyways, if you're like me, you like to stream, and when I tried to do my first stream, it actually went great. And then I realized afterwards I was using a software encoder by mistake in OBS. I just set up this computer, but I'm like, okay, let me retry the stream with a hardware encoder. And when I set the stream to NVENC, it would not launch. I could not get my stream to launch. It would throw an error, and OBS would say, can't record, can't initialize driver or something like that. So then I thought, okay, that's weird. And I didn't know what it was at first. And then I noticed one time I thought it was my computer. So I rebooted it and I unplugged some stuff and then it worked. And so I'm like, okay, cool, it's working. And then while it was on, I tried to boot up Oculus Link, and then it just got 3 dots repeatedly in Oculus Link. So I realized that there was a connection. So I realized I was educated that consumer graphics cards have basically NVIDIA only allows you to use up to 2 concurrent NVENC streams at once. Now, what does this mean? This means that pretty much if you're using NVENC, you're using one stream. And you might be asking yourself, well, okay, Oculus Link should be one, so shouldn't I have another one? Well, Oculus uses this technology called Oculus Space Warp, and it has to do with guessing what what frames might be in case your GPU misses one, from what I understand. But the way it does this is they use in one NVENC stream to use Oculus Space Warp, and so basically, if you're using Oculus Link, you've got one stream taken up by Oculus Space Warp and another stream taken up by Oculus Link, leaving you 0 streams for actually recording or streaming anything. Now, turns out NVIDIA's Quadro cards, which are basically the server grade performance and workstation grade performance versions of the consumer cards, have an unrestricted amount of NVENC streams. And so there's actually a lot of people that buy Quadro cards just for NVENC. A lot of people in the Plex community, actually. And if you look, they're really expensive. So the P5K, P5000 is pretty much the same as the 1070, which is in my computer. First of all, because the consumer cards are so abundant, you can get them cheap. I got this for $160, but even if you bought it new, it'd be like $250 or $300. So 1070 super cheap. $1,500 for a P5000, not cheap. I don't want to pay that, neither do you. Okay, so turns out that there's actually no difference on the NVENC side. NVIDIA just artificially limits these cards to 2. So all of these cards are artificially limited to. They have the same exact architecture as the P cards and workstation cards in terms of recording NVENC sessions. So luckily, the Plex community got really mad at NVIDIA because they figured this out, and so they went to work and they came up with a driver to patch your NVIDIA GPU, and it removes the restriction on maximum number of simultaneous NVENC video encoding sessions. So what does this mean? This means that as soon as we run this patch, we can now record as many NVENC streams as we want. So we can have one for Oculus Space Warp, one for Oculus Link, and one for NVENC. Now, I'm not sure if this has any adverse effects on your graphics card. It really doesn't seem like it from what I've been reading, but I take no responsibility if you end up breaking your card. I don't think this will, though. It's probably fine. Okay. So the instructions aren't exactly clear because they won't, for a lot of people, it seems like they don't work right away. So you want to download a few things. You want to download this 1.13.37 apply patch tool. That's just going to apply the patch. And then you want to scroll down to this table and find the driver that you have. So to find the driver that you have, you're going to want to open up GeForce Experience, which I don't know why it's not there. And I might have uninstalled GeForce Experience by mistake. Okay, let's check the control panel. I know what driver I have. Okay, so I have version 441.2. Now luckily, 441.2 is supported by this patch. So what you want to do is you want to right click each of these patches and save the 1337 file for them in a folder on your desktop. So I already have them in a folder right here. I have this folder, and I'll link to all these in the description. So you want to download the 64-bit, the times 64 and the times 86 patches, and then put them in a folder. And then what you want to do is you want to hit driver link, and this will manually download the exact driver that you need to install, like the base driver. And the reason we need the base driver is if we run the program, it looks like this. And basically, if you hit patch, it's not going to work. I don't understand why. Everything lines up. You'll get like an offset error. And so I want to show you guys how to bypass this. So what you want to do is you want to download a program called DDU. DDU, it stands for Display Driver Utility. Display Driver Uninstaller. And so it's showing that I'm not in safe mode. You're gonna want to be in safe mode when you do this. If you don't know how to get to safe mode, I'll put a link in the description. But basically, once you get everything downloaded, the first thing you want to do is go into safe mode and run DDU. And when you run DDU, so just pretend that this didn't come up. Yours is gonna look exactly the same. You're gonna want to go select a GPU, and it should auto select NVIDIA. And then this is important. You want to click clean and do not restart. And so what this is going to do is completely uninstall your graphics driver. So once that's done, it'll just say done. Don't restart your computer. You're going to want to go and install the new drivers. It should be like the exact same driver. Just reinstall it. Make sure when you're in the installation, you check the little box that says clean install. Okay. Once that's done, you don't restart. You don't restart at all. And then you go to the Win1337 apply patch tool. You launch it. Okay. Now you're going to do this twice. So you select the .1337 file. So let's select our 64-bit one. And it's going to immediately open up to pick the target. So this is the file that's going to patch with. So we're going to go to this PC, your local disk, Windows. You're going to scroll down to System 32. And keep scrolling all the way down. And there's NVEncode API 64. You're going to target that. Once you do, you click patch. I should say patch successful. Now, for NVCode API, the non-64 one, you're going to select it. And then you're going to go to this PC, local disk, Windows. And you're going to find this syswow64. And there you go, NVEncode API. You target that one, and then you restart your computer, and you should be able to have unlimited NVENC streams. Like I said, I don't know if this has any adverse effects on a graphics card. I don't think it does. It seems like a purely artificial thing by NVIDIA. Sorry this video is so unorganized. I just thought I would put this out there. A lot of people don't seem to know entirely how to do it. Maybe if people want, I can make a more organized guide later, but that should be it. You should be good. Peace.